Good evening, everyone. Let's see. It might be a little loud. Let's take that down to there. That should be all right. Who's ready for some tactical sneaking action? Yeah, let's not play the intro right now, game. So, because of the way the YouTube algorithm works, and I use the word works kind of loosely, we're only going to be streaming this on the main channel for the first stream. Because frankly, if I do too many streams on the main channel, the YouTube algorithm punishes me, which is very frustrating, but that's the way it goes. So all subsequent streams after this one are going to happen over on the second channel, and you'll find a link to that down in the description. So if you want to watch more of this, that over on the second channel, that's where that happens. And the first stream only is going to be happening here. How did I manage to get a copy of this game? I own a copy of this game. Like, I bought it back in the day. How's my day been? A little stressful, but otherwise fine. So, I think we're almost... Yeah, it's 22:30, so it's almost time to begin. And before we head into new game, we're gonna have to have ourselves a briefing.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff, and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of Arms Tech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Yeah, this is going to be a long scene, by the way. Kojima liked to be wordy. Oh, way back at the beginning. Oops, hang on. Wait, wrong. No.
Colonel, I don't work for the government anymore. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
The Iditarod? The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 Huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your file from your days as an agent to keep you in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily. But anyway, I know you better than that. You take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow old gracefully type. It's the same for all of us who've seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield.
Campbell was a less sympathetic character early on.
Frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
You think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
Yeah, I accidentally exited the briefing, and I didn't mean to do that. Because we're going to be listening to all of this. This is stuff that Kojima didn't put into the intro of the game. Thank God.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
But yeah, Kojima likes to be a wordy bastard, and he has... You can really tell the level of his ambition with this game. That's the thing that's worth remembering when it comes to Metal Gear Solid, the original, is that... Like, back in the day, nothing like this had ever been attempted before. Like, nothing on the scale of this. Nothing on with this, like, level of both cinematic ambition, but also just in terms of just the sheer bloody volume of story. Because holy crap, there's a lot of voice acting in this game. It's absolutely insane. Especially for 1998.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
And so the presentation here is that Kojima is basically presenting this briefing as a series of VHS tapes, like a series of tapes that were taken of Snake and Campbell doing the briefing thing. As though, because the whole, the entire conceit of Metal Gear Solid is that it is in part a historical document. Like, it's a document of an actual thing that happened in real life, as seen through the eyes of, well, a character we'll be introduced to later in the story. I'll point her out once we get there. But that's like Kojima already playing with this idea of like almost Metal Gear Solid as found footage.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
But yeah, we'll go through all of this because it's actually, like, that's what I remember from playing this game for the first time when I was a kid. And it was amazing. I went into it and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Who are all these people? What am I even doing in this game? Because you have to sit through like at least half an hour of this nonsense. Because Kojima.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko.
I'm controlling the camera, by the way.
Backup by Kodak.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like 1,000,000 miles away.
I can zoom in and out, I can move the camera around. Because again, Kojima, like, he's not content just to have this play out as a cutscene. He likes to actually give you control of the camera for no good reason. Like, it doesn't do anything. You can't mess with anything. It's just, eh.
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
And yes, Rugged Midwesterner is Natasha Romanenko, who writes a book about the events of Shadow Moses Island. And so we're basically... The conceit is basically that what we're seeing here is all of her source material and all of her records and all of the stuff that she used to write the book.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. Since then, I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2,
Yeah, sure.
I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing,
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
So part of the relationship between Snake and Colonel Campbell is based on the relationship between Rambo and his commanding officer in the Rambo movies. Kojima took a lot of inspiration from that, and like his love of movies is already very, very deep into the way that he designs games and the way that he writes the narratives in these games.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines?
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
If you recognize the voice of Dr. Naomi Hunter, that might be because you played Mass Effect, because that is Jennifer Hale, the voice of Commander Shepard, the female version anyway. Okay, we just need to get through all of this, and then we can finally get into the actual video game, goddammit, Kojima.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
We're getting there. We'll get into the gameplay soon.
Really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
Ah, Kojima. Couldn't just have given us one cutscene. No, we had to do the whole thing with the menu and the in and the out and the VHS.
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
But yeah, Jennifer Hale is an immensely prolific voice actress. She's been in the hell of a lot of things.
What exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, Cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
Big boss. And this is why we're going through this briefing, because this bit right here about the genetic enhancements and that stuff is actually really fucking important to the themes of the game and like just the story of what the game is trying to talk about and what it's trying to say. But it's all buried like way the hell in here because goddammit Kojima.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Keep that in mind.
We can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss?
How many Metal Gear games have I played? I've played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And a little bit of one of the portable, what was it? The one with Paz in it. Peace Walker. I played that one as well, but that's about it. I haven't played any of the original, like, way back on the NES and stuff like that.
Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all
that's
been
also important.
strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, But those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
So the VR training is also important here, because that's Kojima doing a bit of meta commentary, specifically on the way that we interact with video games and the way that, you know, simulated worlds can mess with our perception, which is something that he gets really deep into in Metal Gear Solid 2, but he's setting that stuff up now because, goddammit, Kojima.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Metal Gear Solid. Like, you need an IQ over 180.
Okay, last one, and then we get into the game, finally.
High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Oh god, there's gonna be one more, isn't there? Yeah, a new one shows up. Of course it does. God damn it, Kojima.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the same codename as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Anyway, that was a lot of stuff. But now we're done. And after, only about half an hour.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
We can get into the game.
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Whew. Welcome to Metal Gear. We're going to be playing this on normal because I have beaten this game on hard, but it's a long time ago. And, like, I've been playing modern Metal Gear Solid games recently, and this is an old clunker compared to those.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
And back to long conversations. God damn it, Kojima.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
So there's a lot of very, very cool stuff. About the way that the original Metal Gear Solid was put together. Let's see. I think it's over here that you can find the tuxedo. If you have completed certain things. Like, just the visual design of the game is tremendously impressive, because, like, take a look at the textures on the ground here, for example. Like, the use of dithering and the ways in which these, like, highly realistic textures were constructed was genuinely novel for the time. Like, it's genuinely not something that that anyone had achieved before in terms of look. And it's an achievement that's mostly shared by games like, for example, Vagrant Story out of Square Enix, who also managed to do absolutely amazing things with the limited capabilities of the PS1. So I do want to go get the cardboard box over there, but I don't want to die in the first area, because that's kind of embarrassing. Excuse me. Ah, fuck. Right. I have to crawl through the water in order to avoid making noise. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Go up, go up, go up, go up. Thank you. Fuck. Fortunately, they are very, very stupid. And that's all the time for the stream, folks. Hope to get to gameplay next time. Yeah, that wouldn't be, like, unrealistic. Oh well. Go away. Piss off. Because you can kill them all, like, if you want to. Snap their necks, basically.
What was that noise?
No, don't go around. Eek. There we go.
Bye.
These guards aren't stupid. They are each and every one of them ingenious with an IQ of 180. Yeah. Hey, Skyn, have you heard of Hollow Knight? Yeah, I did a full playthrough of the game. On this channel, even. You should be able to find it over on the second channel now, though. But yeah, the texture work in this game is amazing for the PS1 era. And especially for 1998. Like, this is... To put this into context, like, this game came out on the PS1, like, a year after Final Fantasy VII did. And think about how, like, how Final Fantasy VII looks in its 3D models and its texturing by comparison. On, like, texturing on 3D models. So, MGS1 was a technical achievement, a powerhouse. Sodaman Classic, the overall goal of this is to play through Metal Gear Solid and do a little bit of commentary along the way and analyze it the way I do. I'm not going to turn it into like a video series of analysis like the Dark Souls thing. I'm just going to play it and enjoy it. And we'll continue these streams over on the second channel.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
And again, you can see Kojima and his team working very much in the assumption that cutscenes should be directed like a film, like a movie.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, he must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just
God
flattering
damn it.
me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Right, okay, there were some super chats. Let me just deal with those
Your
once we're
radar
done here.
isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way,
This
sorry
game
to
is so
disappoint,
horny.
but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
So you can use cigarettes when you're sniping to reduce the amount of shake you've got in your hand, and you can also use them to
If you
reveal
want to get in,
lasers.
there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
I'm not doing any of this, by the way. That's just the game tutorializing.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
But yeah, cigarettes will deteriorate your HP. So...
What can I do for you, Snake?
we're going to start by saving the game, so that we have a save file. This game does not have autosaves. And I see some people in chat mentioning the remake. Accidentally skipped over mailing there. Twin Snakes, which, yes, has some absolutely spectacular bullshit in it. Like, really just the dumbest stuff. Okay, I really want to get that crate. But I'm gonna be discovered. Eep! Whew, made it. Chaff grenades. Those are gonna be useful. Okay, camera.
A surveillance camera?
Hello. Right. I'm really only got the chaff grenades to enable me to get into this room. Thank you. Stun grenades. Right. Chaff. We've got a sleeping guard. We got a camera over there. Can't get back across there. I'll be discovered. Got my SOCOM. That's my first actual weapon. It's unsilenced, though. I'm not gonna go for, like, a great, Fox level playthrough. Like, I'm not gonna try and avoid killing at all costs or anything like that. Especially since we don't have tranquilizer bullets in this version of the game. That was added in the remake, which was nice, but I'm not gonna bother with it here. Excuse me. Let me see. I don't remember if there's any more items around. Right, okay, let's deal with those super chats. So, I know the alert system is for gameplay, but it's just a bit weird that guards just go,
Oh, well, I guess I just thought I got punched in the face.
yeah, that's the thing with all stealth games. Is like, you shoot a guy in the back in Skyrim and it's like, who goes there? Guess it was just doing. Like, that's always the thing. And Shifu, purely for the plush of the almighty Sot. I don't know what that has to do with this game, but thank you. And Big Dread, Skyen, I love your commitment to playing purely apolitical games and providing what would be totally apolitical commentary. Yeah, obviously, like, this is not a political game. It doesn't have any political themes whatsoever. Especially the bits about, like, nuclear war and gene therapy and eugenics. And, super soldiers. And, like, there isn't any politics in that at all. I don't know why anyone gets that idea. What's interesting about this game versus its remake is that in some ways the remake is actually harder. You can just climb under his legs. In some ways the remake is actually harder because enemy soldiers have more capabilities. For example, you saw in the intro sequence there when I was hiding under the thing and the soldiers just couldn't do jack shit about me. They couldn't find me. But in the remake, they do know how to crouch down and shoot at you underneath things, so you're not safe there. You also have more options to deal with them, like you can do hold-ups, you can distract them in more ways.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
To ensure the survival of their own genes, right?
Yeah, pretty brilliant program, huh? If there are mice, that means there must be an exit somewhere. Follow the mice.
So, once again, very Kojima. First of all, he has to have the character have a goddamn monologue about the biology of Alaskan wild field mice, and he also drops a little bit of a hint about some of the stuff that the game is about. Now, in the remake, you can actually mash a button in order to keep your oxygen up so you don't lose as much oxygen when it's depleting. Can't do that in the original. It's actually a little bit safer to go in through the vent on the second floor, if I remember correctly, because down here, yeah, you're on the tank floor, and it's a little bit difficult to get upstairs, but we'll manage it. We'll manage it. It's been at least 6 years since I last played the Twin Snakes remake. And it's very different from the original. But we'll see how well I do.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Okay, let's see. What's the patrol pattern on these guys? I don't remember. Right, up there. Then that guy goes down here. Oh, this might be bad. Excuse me. Shit. Thank God for stupid cameras. Right, can't open that yet. And they can't. And also in the remake, soldiers downstairs will be able to hear you when you're running across this floor up here. Can't do that in the original. Okay. Another dumb camera. Hello. Just gonna grab the thermal goggles, please. And some more chaff grenades. Excellent. Right. If I remember right... Yeah, that just leads up into the vents. I don't need to go there. Okay. I'm feeling the tension, though. This is a tense game. Hey, Sky, and those cameras aren't stupid. They're all geniuses with an IQ of 180. Right. Come on, camera. Turn. So I can run right underneath you. Turn. So I can run down the stairs a little bit and not be seen. Okay, let's just let that guy pass. Dun dun. Dun dun. Snake has an IQ of 420, yeah. I really will miss being able to hold up the soldiers, though. Like, that shit was the best. Getting ammo out of them. I'm also gonna miss having my radar while I'm crawling around. Where is he? Right, I've got the boxes for cover there. Yeah. I should just kill them. I should just kill them. Can you not punch soldiers in this game? Nope. Because you can't punch in first person. No, press the button, Snake. There we go. That's the first floor. We'll be back here like 14 times. Right, then.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Thank you for the help, Mailing. Let me just save the game just in case.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief.
Just let me save the game, Mailing. Wait, hang on. Didn't it register my previous save?
Come on, Snake. You can do it.
Ooh, that would be bad. Ooh, hang on.
Look at the radar. It's
Oh, no, okay, it does have my old save. Good.
come on, Snake.
Oh, Galen, thank you for the super chat. Loving the games you play lately. Final Fantasy 6, 7, Dark Souls, Automata, and now this. I was trying to keep myself up to date on Kingdom Hearts, but I kind of missed out. We'll catch up soon. Keep up the good work. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Right, so, DARPA Chief, huh? We're gonna meet a couple of iconic Metal Gear characters down here, by the way. Yes, what now?
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
Thanks for the tutorial, Campbell. I had forgotten how to climb ladders.
Oh, kinda damn cold.
Hello, Johnny.
Hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
That is Johnny, and he is a very recurring character in Metal Gear. Let's see, is he here yet? Nope. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, the thing that you might notice if you know anything about the first Metal Gear Solid game is that characters are already talking a hell of a lot about genetics, about gene modification, about like, oh, the perfect soldier is created through genes, experience is worthless. That's very much what this game is about, according to Kojima himself.
Is that a woman? Not him.
So Meryl here. There's because Kojima is Kojima, and Kojima is just like that, there's a secret here. If you come up here and look at her, and then leave and go down the ladder, and then go back up the ladder, and come back and look at her, and then you leave and you go back down, and you come back up the ladder, and you go back and blah, 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 back and forth, and I think it's something like 20 times, then by the 20th time you get here, Meryl will be working out in just her panties. And her top, obviously. Because Kojima is Kojima, and he can't help himself.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
I love that Meryl still has nicely, like, she has actually
Baker's password.
strong arms, even in this low poly model.
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium.
Why is he telling us this? No
As
one
you approach
knows.
the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
the heavy use of visual filtering in these scenes to kind of give an unearthly, unreal air. Again, something that games before this really hadn't done on this level.
Dead.
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Right. If I remember correctly... There's a ration here, yeah. Keycard, please. Thank you, Meryl.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
Right. I forgot how shitty aiming is in this game.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie!
I'm telling you, shoot!
Okay. Wow, frame rate is chugging a bit here. Damn it. I hit the L1 button and it unequipped my weapon. How annoying. Uh-oh. What? How the fuck did that hit me there? God, shooting is so bad in this game.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Snake, god damn it.
Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code. Boss, I have a good idea.
Hey, Mantis.
Good girl. Just like that.
Oh, creepy. Oh, you're creepy. You're a creeper, man.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Dun, 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 dun. I think there is... No? We'll go grab the ration in the DARPA chief's cell, then. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so used to, like, because in later Metal Gear games, you have a snap aiming. Like, you can just, like, you can snap aim. But you can't do that here. That's a level 6 door, right. Another lovely little detail, if you keep mashing the button for the elevator, it shows up faster. And yes, as someone is saying in the chat, there's no first-person aiming. Which makes the boss fight with the Revolver Ocelot especially... Oh, right, shit, there's these floors. Those are instant death if you get thrown in. Thank you. Okay, cool. Grenade! I think you can hide in here. Nope. Is that only in the remake? Fine. So we can blast this open. And... is there another wall we can blast open? I don't remember. I think there might be. Oh well. Let's go blast the door open. So we got a boss fight with Ocelot coming up soon. And that's a bit of a problem because I seem to need to go to the bathroom, which is inconvenient.
What's up, Snake? Snake, listen to what Lo Ji said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Someone is asking if this is a blind run. No. No, I've completed Metal Gear Solid a couple of times. Although, admittedly, it's a long time ago at this point. Right, there's one up here. Thank you for that hint in chat. Dun, 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 dun. And... Dun, 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 dun. And boom. C4, SOCOM bullets that I don't need. Am I gonna play the whole saga? Probably not. Depends, though. I mean, I might put that up for the vote. We're playing this game because the Discord, my Discord voted on it. Okay, I'm full up on everything. Sweet. So we're just gonna go to right before the boss fight with Ocelot. Shit, I went too far. There. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So, bear with me. I'll be back in a minute.
There we go.
Kept you waiting, huh? Thanks for that suggestion, dear Kyla. Also, I forgot to mention the super chat. Thank you very much, Crypto Highwind, for that Snake Eater performance in chat. That was quite hilarious. Anyway, time to attempt to deal with a boss fight. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me, by the way.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting
He's
for you,
been this extra since the beginning.
Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt's Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
Here we go. So, he's got 6 shots. He likes to...
I won't help you. I understand the bullets you see. I make them go where I want.
He likes to ricochet bullets around. And I'm just waiting for him to run out. There we go.
I love to reload during a battle.
Right, you only get 1 shot at a time. And the aiming is garbage.
You better hurry up. The old man's not gonna last too long.
Damn it. Stand still, you asshole.
Want to settle this?
I'm running out of bullets.
Smell the border.
There we go. Okay.
But to you, you'll be the same.
Ocelot likes to talk a lot. Okay, where are you? There you are. Okay, shoot some bullets, you asshole, so I can get ya. Right. Oh shit, shouldn't have done that. Because you can fight him with explosives. You just need to be able to hit him. Fuck! Yeah.
You idiot!
Yeah, that happens. If you set off the C4 with the explosive, you're fucked. Need better aim. Pro gamer move, yeah. Alright, round 2. I knew I was gonna lose.
I loved him.
Damn it. Please stop moaning, Baker. It's creepy.
Don't you want to settle this?
I want you to stop and fucking take a bullet to the face. Come on, last one. Almost got him.
I love the smell of porter. You know, that sulfury smell. But to you, it'll be the smell.
There we go. Got him.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight. But I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again! Who are you? I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton. Who the hell?
Cyber Ninja!
Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man.
So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? That can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
And Kojima cutscene.
The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
This is an apolitical game. It has no political messages whatsoever.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes. And after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you.
Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
Well, that's inconvenient. Don't worry, we got plenty more dialogue and cutscene left to go.
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Wow, gee, I wonder if there's something they're not telling me.
Right. So, here's another thing that the game very much has on its mind, and something that's been on Kojima's mind for a very, very long time, and that is nuclear disarmament. And the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. Which makes sense, because Kojima is a child of, like, the 70s and 80s. So he's lived with that nuclear threat his entire life, but it's something that he's extremely concerned about. It comes into play Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear 4, Metal Gear 5. There's always that underlying looming threat of, like, nuclear deterrence and nuclear superweapons. And in Metal Gear 5 specifically, he has a scene... Like, in Metal Gear 5, you build a base for your mercenary army. And one of the things you can get on that base is you can build yourself a nuclear weapon to increase the base's power. But Kojima also put a special scene in the game that only happens if every single player of the game, all of them, decide to disarm their nuclear weapons, every single last one of them. A special scene that only plays under those conditions. Unfortunately, there was a glitch that caused the scene to play, even though players hadn't actually completely disarmed their nuclear armaments. But it was supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be a thing that could only happen if everyone got together and said, okay, we're going to sacrifice some of our own power for the sake of making the world a bit more safe. And so that's something that's very, very much on Kojima's mind when it comes to this game as well. Really? Is that a level 4 door? Yeah. Where the hell's the opening? There. So, if I remember correctly, Meryl's frequency is 14015. And that whole thing, by the way, that whole thing about, like, the back of the CD case, he means that literally. When Baker says, look at the back of the CD case, he means it entirely literally. Because this is copy protection. This is how they try to prevent piracy of the game, is they put this crucial frequency for Meryl on the back of the actual CD case, so that if you don't have a legitimate copy of the game, theoretically, you wouldn't be able to get past this point. But yeah. I happen to remember the frequency.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You? Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate
God
eyes.
damn it, Snake. Keep it in your
Just
pants.
what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay, you see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Sorry. I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep them hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men.
I don't want to know what that
You met
means.
Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement.
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It won't be the first time.
Ah.
What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action, and now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl, everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
If I get out of here alive, I'll think about that other stuff.
Okay. Let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard. Just like my uncle said.
Huh. I told you. The real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
That's how long this talk goes on for, Frainer. Kojima loves him some long codec conversations. Right, I've got a level 2 card now. Check for ammo and stuff. Thank you. I can keep more bullets now, by the way. With every boss you defeat, you get more health, and you get the ability to carry more bullets. Oh, right. Let's just unequip that, and... thermal goggles to see the lasers. And get myself an assault rifle. That's why I made sure to pick up the thermal goggles. They are quite crucial. How the fuck did he sound an alarm when I choked him to death? Man, I did not remember that the guards could trigger alerts. I did not remember the guards could trigger alerts on choke. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Well, I guess I'll just have to avoid them like I'm doing stealth or something. Why no Dark Souls? Because that's not what we're playing today. Plus, I'm not going to be streaming Dark Souls again until I'm done editing the episodes I've already recorded, which will be a while. We got quite a few bosses out of that last stream. Okay, if you would kindly move the fuck away from the elevator. Thank you. Oh, they only trigger alerts if you bump them first before the choke, so that was why, if you mess up the angle.
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Oh, Snake. Okay. Where are the soldiers here? Right, fair enough.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them, and the doors will seal off, and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow, you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
Speaking of which, let's save, actually. I keep forgetting to do that because I'm so used to the game auto-saving.
What can I do for you, Snake?
I should probably stop consuming blocks for this. God damn it. Okay. Let's just be careful here. Right? There we go. Oh, right. I remember what happens on the other side of this door now. And I don't have any rations. I should probably have picked some up, but okay. Oh, well. See those tire tracks? Yeah.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you, anyway?
One of your fans.
Right, the mine detector. If I remember correctly, you can't use thermal goggles, but you can... Oh, this better still be true in this version of the game. That you can just crawl over them and you'll be fine. There's the tank. How didn't Snake see that, like, from a mile away? Anyway, say hello.
This is Raven's territory.
To Vulcan Raven.
Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message. That's right, you belong on the ground. You should crawl on the ground like the snake you are. Come, let's fight.
Right. Got myself a ration, thank God. There's a claymore. Okay. Yeah, God, I don't remember how to... It's like, if I take... Yeah. I keep forgetting that I don't have the dodge roll in this version. Right. Ah, there's a little bit of a clipping issue there. So what I need to do... Ah! Not good, not good, not good. There we go. Ow. Just get grenades up into the gunner's nest.
See how you like this?
While trying not to get... It's so arbitrary when the tank hits you and not. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck off! Yeah, that shit happens. It just... sometimes you can walk right up to it and stand next to it and nothing happens. And then sometimes you can't. Oh, right. Claymore mines. I forgot about the mines. I forgot about the mines. F's in chat. Yeah, anyway. Because there is a mine detector. Like, you can find a mine detector and you can keep it on during the fight, and that'll make things substantially easier for you. Can you find the mines with a scope? I don't remember that. Thanks, Galen. Anyway, got me my ration. But as far as I remember, there aren't any mines, like, up where the tank is. Alright, let's start with... get the chaff going immediately this time. Okay, that hit him at least. Yeah, fuck you! Fuck you! That's bullshit! That's bullshit! That is such bullshit! That is such bullshit! Fine. Shut up, Deep Throat. I don't want to talk to you. Alright, no there, but this one here. And let's go get the tank activated again. Yeah. Vulcan Raven, blah, 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 tank, blah, blah. Who's calling me now?
I think you might be able to fool the tanks.
I'm well aware, Meryl. Now, in the remake, because you can shoot in first person... That's grenades. More grenades. Chaff grenades, good. I'll need another chaff or two. That's a stun grenade, goddammit. Fuck. Goddamn tank. I hate you. No, 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 no! Because you have to stay close to it in order to land grenades on it. But that also allows it to run you over every once in a while. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get shot in the face. I hate this fight. It took a while.
See how you like this?
Out of grenades. Come on, hit him. Finally, Jesus. What an annoying boss fight. See, you've got grenades, but what you're missing are 2 swords, Skyen. Yeah. Some Raiden swords wouldn't be out of place. Yeah, you can also destroy the tank treads. Yeah, especially if you pick up claymore mines, but yeah.
Well, boss, I hope you are happy. He got the card.
We'll play with him a little longer.
You would be wise not to underestimate him.
What did you think of him?
He is just as you said. In battle, he is as if possessed by a demon. Much like you, I would expect no less.
See? I told you so, but I will kill him.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity.
Watch your tongue, shaman.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next, I'll take special care of him.
Not yet. Don't kill him yet.
He and I will meet again in battle.
Same prediction as always?
Yes, the raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
So Vulcan Raven is theoretically supposed to be like a Native American, which is like, okay, well, that sure is a unfortunate stereotype about Native Americans there. But yeah, some people in chat are saying this, maybe you don't play Metal Gear Solid so much for the gameplay, and that's partially true. Metal Gear Solid really kind of isn't like in terms of it's not because it was doing so many things as a first. Like I mentioned before, like it was the first game to do a lot of what's being done here. And that's part of the reason why it's so janky. But it's also like this boss fight was also completely different from the Revolver Ocelot boss fight. Like, this boss fight is completely different from all the other boss fights in the game, so there's a huge variety there. And it is actually possible to be good at this boss fight. I'm just not. It's like, it's just, I am not that. I don't remember if there's any more items around. No, there's not. He's Eskimo. Oh yeah, great, that makes it better. Yeah, Kojima. Anyway, let's go save the game in that hallway, and hopefully not step on another claymore mine while we're at it. Inuit, Native Alaskan. Yeah, I'm not sure about the terminology, but he's supposed to be like a First Nations person. And... oh boy. He's a shaman with a magic crow on his head.
What's up, Snake?
What you're saying is the game is not bad, you are. I mean, the game is also janky as fuck. Like, it's definitely very janky. But it's also interesting. Like, it was extremely ambitious. It was trying to do a lot of things. I keep skipping over Mei Ling's dialogue. It annoys me. It was trying to do a lot of things that just simply hadn't been done before. And it was doing them in some interesting ways.
Be careful. You absolutely must not use weapons in that area.
I've already programmed the nanomachine so that he won't be able to, Colonel.
What? What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten? That's
That's where they keep the nuclear warheads. Can't you see them?
Yeah, there's lots of boxes piled up here, but are they all warheads?
Yes, they're all dismantled warheads.
They just leave them here? It's like President Baker said, totally careless.
They're working on a limited budget. They try to put on a pretty face for the media, but this is the grim reality of it. Nastasha knows lots more about it than I do. Her frequency is 141.52.
All of the warheads in those boxes have had their detonation mechanisms removed, so there's no fear of them exploding. But if the warheads are broken, they might leak plutonium, and that would be a serious problem.
Snake, never use your weapon on that floor.
That might be a problem. Hi. Hello. I'm not here. Can't believe that worked. Right, I need to get... I'll go in here first. I think there's a thing here. Nope, there is not. Just gonna wait a second. Where's my cardboard box? I don't have one yet. I think I forgot to pick up the one. I think I missed the one at the heliport. There, FAMAS bullets, thank you. Okay, whew. Have fun quick traveling without the boxes. Yeah, I know. This isn't the floor I need to be on, is it? I thought I remembered there would be an item in here. I do like that he's washing his hands. That's a good man. You should all remember to wash your hands, especially in these virus-infected times. Yeah, because that's Psycho Mantis's boss room. I need to get to the second floor. Come on. There we go. See that blip there? Oh, right, shit. I forgot about this. Need the Nikita missiles.
Snake, watch out. That place is filled with gas. Also, the floor is electrified. First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
But how? I can't reach it.
Use a remote-controlled missile.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? The informant from the Watergate scheme?
Oh, right, because I skipped his call
You're
earlier.
not using burst transmission. Are you nearby? Who are you, anyway?
One of your fans.
Right, let's not get poisoned. Where the hell are the missiles? Because they ain't in here. No. Alright, time to find the remote-controlled missiles. Are they in the first floor, then? This is where my memory begins to fail me a little bit. It's a level 4 door. That's also a level above what I can do. Let me in! Fuck. Really? How the fuck did he see me there? The hell? Level 4. Oh, this one I can open. Thank you. There it is, the Nikita. About time. So yeah, the remote missiles are pretty strong. You can do a bunch of cheesing with them. Okay. Let's just wait for you to get the fuck out of my way. You're not hogging the wall. Yeah, I know. That's something I really should be doing. Another thing they improved in the remake is, like, guards are less... Like, the detection on the guards is less binary. It's less either we completely detect you from everywhere always, or else we don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're on a time limit. You're on a time limit, and you also got the missile with its unpredictable behavior. There we go. And those gun cameras can shoot your missiles down, obviously. Let me just go get my air back. Thank you. I should really have found the gas mask, but oh well. Ration, thank you. It's a level 4 door. Camera in there. Ah, fuck off. That's annoying. I'll just use chaff this time instead of risking it. Thank you. So the gas mask doesn't make you immune to gas, but it makes the gas affect you much, much slower. So I'm just gonna go recover, and then we'll grab the gas mask. There we go. The gun cameras also have way longer viewing cones. It's extremely annoying. It's a level 4 door, isn't it? No, level 6. Right. That one's level 3. Good. That's some ammo. It's gonna stand very still for a second. Nope. There we go. That's probably fine. I'm sure that's not a bad thing at all. Everything's totally cool. Don't worry.
Looks like they were cut by some type of blade.
This is normal.
It's a ghost.
Everything's fine. So if you play the remake, in Twin Snakes, like every scene, every cutscene that plays out in this game gets like 30% to 200% more anime. And there's a lot of anime bullshit. Right. Let me just brain... Oh, hey, that guy's alive. Poor dude. Let me just brain think for a second here. Yeah.
Stealth camouflage? Who are you?
Where is my friend?
What are you talking about? Oh, what next?
Snake.
You're that ninja.
I've been waiting for you, Snake.
Who are you?
Neither enemy nor friend. I am back from a world where such words are meaningless. I've removed all obstacles. Now you and I will battle to the death.
What do you want?
I've waited a long time for this day. Now I want to enjoy the moment.
What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes.
One of my Japanese animes?
Another world to do battle with you.
What is it, revenge?
It is nothing so trivial as revenge. A fight to the death with you. Only in that can my soul find respite. I will kill you, or you will kill me. It makes no difference. Fine. He can watch from inside there.
I need that man. Keep your hands off him.
Okay, boss fight with a ninja.
Make me feel it. Make me feel alive again.
Guess what I'm gonna do?
Snake, you can't defeat me with a weapon like that.
I beg to differ, Cyber Ninja.
Good. Now we can fight as warriors. Hand to hand. It is the basis of all combat. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna cheese him with chaff grenades anytime I need to, but... Fortunately, his AI is relatively exploitable. Like that. Uh-oh. There we go. He gets very annoyed if you keep using, chaff grenades on him, by the way. He gets really angry. Because it's not the honorable spirit of the deathmatch that he craves. There we go. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole boss fight. Is trying to... you have to manage your distance between you and him so that he can't, like... Because he'll fucking take you out, like, if he gets to hit you.
That's good, Snake. Hurry up and catch me.
Hide and go seek. Okay. Again.
I'm here, Snake.
I know, dude. Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Damn it. There he is.
Hurry up and catch me.
Is he back up here? Yep. Gotcha. So he has a set number of hiding places. I don't remember all of them.
Like old times. I've been waiting for this pain.
Oh, right. He does that. Kinky. Okay, dude, seriously, I do not consent to this.
That's it. I remember that punch. Do you remember, Snake? The feel of battle.
If this game came out today, there would be so much Snake X Ninja smut. Don't do that.
That's good, Snake.
Shit, forgot. Oh, come on! How the hell did that hit me?
Hurt me more. That's good, Snake. Hurt me more.
Hurt me more. We started with P, now we got BDSM. Good lord, Kojima. I'm amazed that you were allowed to put all that in a video game.
That's good, Snake.
That should do it. There we go.
I felt that, Snake. Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar. What? Not again. What's happening?
I'm losing myself.
Is it over?
Gray Fox. Colonel, that ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it.
Ridiculous. You of all people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.
What?
It happened before I joined Foxhound's medical staff. They were using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I never heard that.
It happened right after you retired. My predecessor, Dr. Clark, was in charge.
Dr. Clark?
Yes. He started the gene therapy project.
And where is he now?
He was killed in an explosion in his lab 2 years ago.
So what about this soldier?
Apparently, for their test subject, they decided to use the body of a soldier who was recovered after the fall of Zanzibar.
And that was Gray Fox.
But he was already dead.
Yes. But they revived him. They fitted him with a prototype exoskeleton and kept him drugged for 4 years while they experimented on him like a plaything. Today's genome soldiers were born from those experiments.
That's the sickest thing I ever heard.
They used him to test all sorts of gene therapy techniques.
Naomi, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
Because it's confidential information.
Is that the only reason?
Naomi, what happened to Gray Fox after that?
The record says he died in the explosion.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox, the question is, why?
From what I could tell, he didn't know who he was.
Are you saying that he's just a mindless robot?
I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again? Until you kill him?
I'd rather not. But maybe that's what he wants.
So, a little bit of necessary... Actually, no, there's even more conversation. I forgot about that.
How long are you gonna stay in there?
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not. I always work alone.
Alone? Are you an otaku too?
Come on, get out.
Fucking... How the fuck do you make that connection, Otacon? Are you an otaku too? The fuck?
Your uniform is different than theirs.
You're the Metal Gear Chief Engineer, Hal Emmerich, right?
You know me?
I heard about you from Meryl.
Oh, so you're here to rescue me?
Sorry, but no. There's something that I've got to do first.
Oh, well, at least you're not one of them.
Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I just twisted my ankle a little bit trying to get away.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry about. I want to ask you something. I need information about Metal Gear.
Huh? Metal Gear?
Yeah. What's Metal Gear really designed for?
It's a mobile TMD. It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles. Only for defensive purposes, of course.
Fire! I already know that Metal Gear is nothing but a nuclear-equipped walking deathmobile.
Nuclear? What are you talking about?
The terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to launch a nuclear missile. You telling me you didn't know?
They're gonna put a dismantled warhead into Metal Gear's TMD missile module?
Wrong. From the beginning, the purpose of this exercise was to test Metal Gear's nuclear launch capability using a dummy nuclear warhead. The terrorists are just continuing the work you started.
No, you're wrong.
I heard it directly from your boss, Baker.
No. A nuclear missile on Rex?
So you really didn't know?
No. All the armament was built by a separate department, and the President personally supervised the final assembly of the main unit.
President Baker?
Yeah. I was never told exactly what they armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
Japanese anime!
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it, in a joint venture between Arms Tech and Rivermore National Labs. The railgun is on Rex's right arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on his back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear missiles?
Yeah, but that's not all I think. If Metal Gear fired only standard nuclear missiles, then they should already have all the practical data they need.
No. Could it be? Metal Gear's co-developer, Rivermore National Labs, was working on a new type of nuclear weapon. They were using NOVA and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
So they developed a new type of nuclear weapon in a VR testing lab, huh?
Yes, but you can't use virtual data on a battlefield. They would need actual launch data. These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment. But it's all just theoretical.
So this exercise was designed to test the real thing.
What did our president do? If the terrorists launched that thing... Damn. Damn.
I love the melodrama.
It's all my fault.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
That started back here too, that melodrama.
My grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with the guilt for the rest of his life. And my father, he was born on August 6th, 1945.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb. God's got a sense of humor, all right.
3 generations of Emmerich men. We must have the curse of nuclear weapons written into our DNA. I used to think that I could use science to help mankind, but the one that wound up getting used was me. Using science to help mankind, it's just in the movies.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
Rex is in the underground maintenance base.
Where's that?
North of the communications tower, but it's a long way there.
The emergency override system for the detonation code is there too?
Yeah, in the maintenance base control room. You'd better hurry. If they were planning a launch from the start, then their ballistic program is probably finished. And since they haven't called for me in a few hours, they must not need me. In other words, they must be ready to launch.
Meryl's got the detonation code override keys. We'll link up with her.
If we can't override the launch, we'll have to destroy Rex. I'll show you the way.
On that leg of yours, you'll just slow me down.
You'll need me if you're gonna destroy Rex.
I don't need you. I just need your brain.
I created Rex. It's my right, my duty to destroy him.
If you get a chance, try to escape. When the coast is clear, I'll contact you by codec.
How am I supposed to escape from an island?
Okay.
So what then?
I want you to hide somewhere and keep me informed. You know this place well, don't you?
Of course I do. And don't worry, I've got this. It's the same stealth technology as the Ninja. Foxhound was gonna use them, but with this I'll be fine. Bad leg and all.
Good. But I want Meryl to watch after you too.
Oh, there's more conversation.
Meryl, the engineer's okay.
That's a relief.
I want you to look after him. Where are you now?
Very close.
There she is! Over there!
Oh no! Damn, they've spotted me.
Meryl, what happened? Something's wrong.
Did you hear something? Wasn't that some kind of music?
What did she look like?
She was wearing the same green uniform as the terrorists.
A disguise?
She had such a cute way of walking. She kind of wiggles her behind.
You were really looking.
Well, she's got a very cute behind.
God damn it.
Walking, huh?
If she's disguised as the enemy, you'll have to contact her when she's alone, huh? There's only one place where we can be sure she's by herself.
Where's that?
Don't be so dense. Here, use this security card. It's security level 4.
You're not in pain, are you?
Huh?
You feel okay? Nothing bothering you?
What's wrong? Getting all friendly all of a sudden.
No, nothing. I'm glad you're okay.
You're strange.
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
You're bad luck.
Forget it, Doctor.
Call me Otacon.
Otacon?
It stands for Otaku Convention. And Otaku's a guy like me who likes Japanimation.
Japanimation!
Japan was the first country to successfully make bipedal robots. They're still the best in the field of robotics.
And
that's footage from Police Notes,
played
by the
some
way.
part in that?
If I remember right.
I did. I didn't get into science to make nuclear weapons, you know.
That's what all scientists say.
I became a scientist because I wanted to make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes.
Japanese animes.
Just sounds like a childish excuse to me.
You're right. We have to take responsibility. Science has always thrived on war. Greatest weapons of mass destruction were created by scientists who wanted to be famous. But that's all over now. I won't take part in murder anymore.
Whatever. All I want from you is information.
Sure. I know everything about this whole base. Ask me anything about Rex or about this place. Also, with this stealth camouflage, I can sneak in and out of the armory and mess hall. If you need ammo or rations, just tell me and I'll bring them to you. I'm on frequency 141.
Yeah, no one will spot you like that, Otacon. Totally invisible. But yes, that's where Otacon got his name, from Otaku Convention. And my ammo capacity increased once more. Right, I don't think there's any items left here. Yes, there are. SOCOM bullets.
Lovely!
Let's save the game, actually, come to think of it.
Snake, there's an old Chinese saying. A scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. Einstein said it another way. He said that only a life lived for others is worth living. That's why I entered MIT instead of Princeton or Vassar like my friends. I wanted to do applied physics, not just theoretical stuff. I wanted to make things for people. The Soliton radar system or the Codex system. I just wanted to make something that would be useful for people. I think that it was the same for Dr. Emmerich too. But he was used like a tool, used to make a horrible killing machine. Maybe it would be better if engineers like us just stopped making things. I don't know.
Yeah, Mei Ling has an accent, as some people in chat are pointing out. She definitely has an accent in this version. Right, so, a whole bunch of confusing shit happened right here. Now, if you're familiar with Metal Gear games after this one, yeah, that's how Otacon got his name, because he's very into his Japanese animes. Specifically, he seems to like Police Knots, which is a little obscure game by this game developer whose name is something like Hideo Kojima. He seems to like that a lot. He's got a number of posters up there, and I think it's like a little-known Japanese indie game by some creator nobody's ever heard of. But this is like the whole. That's pretty much the reason why Otacon is the way he is because Hideo Kojima basically wanted an excuse to put in some references to his own old work. He gets a lot more developed later on in the series, but yeah. And as some other people have also are also talking about in Metal Gear Solid 5, you meet, and also in Metal Gear Peace Walker and other games, you meet Otacon's father, not Hal Emmerich. What the hell's his name? I don't remember. But his dad is a scientist who works with Big Boss on a few projects and stuff like that. And he's much more of a character in Metal Gear Solid 5, but at this point, Kojima hadn't really worked out all that stuff yet. Like, Kojima originally planned to end the series with Metal Gear Solid 3 back in the day. So all the other stuff got worked out very much later. Huey Emmerich, right, Huey. Gas mask, spank you, and chaff. Thank you. Let's see, I think there was a level 4 door in here. Nope. That's just a level 3, right? Yeah. There it is. Night vision goggles. The key card, god damn it, Snake. I'm running out of chaff. Let's see, there's a level 4 door as well. Stun grenades. And that one's level 1. So the ration, we'll grab that one. Whew. Alright. Great. That was the ninja, that was the whole Otacon thing. And Lunatic Thinker, thank you very much. Love the Wholesome Rat video. Are subscriptions gone? No, subscriptions aren't, or rather, membership isn't available on my main channel. I haven't enabled it there because I feel like that would just like too much on top of Patreon and all the other stuff. I don't want to have to go around promoting it. But when we, as I said earlier in the stream, some of you may not have heard it. We'll continue streaming Metal Gear Solid over on the second channel for the next ones because of the way the algorithm works. It gets upset if I stream on my main channel too much because it's an asshole. Let's see. I remember right. Is that... One of those two soldiers in there, if I remember correctly, is Meryl. And I think it's the one that just walked downstairs there. Yeah, well, that was a little close. Now, I need to get her to go to the bathroom. Because that's the one place the other soldiers won't be able to follow. Uh-oh. Okay, let's just take care of that guy then. While he was peeing. Cruel, I know. Okay, that's one. And now the next thing I need to know is... which one of you bastards is Meryl? That's her.
Don't move.
Ooh, I accidentally did something.
That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary solid snake.
Yeah. If you follow Meryl too fast into the bathroom.
For a man for long.
What do you mean? Hey, men aren't allowed in here.
I had no idea you were so feminine.
Then, she doesn't have time to put pants on. I forgot about that. Ugh, Kojima, goddammit.
Besides, it's a waste of time. When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to destroy my interest in men.
Same smart mouth. You're Meryl, all right. Are you hurt?
Not yet. After all, I was disguised as a genome soldier.
So why'd you change? You'd be a lot better off dressed like one of them.
I got tired of disguising myself.
They painted nipples on the texture of her tank top.
The uniform smelled like blood.
What's that mark?
Huh? Oh, this? It's a paint tattoo. It's not real. I was a fan of Foxhound way back, and guys like you and my uncle were in it. None of that gene therapy like there is today. You guys were real heroes.
There are no heroes in war. All the heroes I know are either dead or in prison. One or the other.
But Snake, you're a hero, aren't you?
I'm just a man who's good at what he does. Killing. There's no winning or losing for a mercenary. The only winners in war are the people.
That's right, and you fight for the people.
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life, no ultimate goal.
Come on.
It's only when I'm cheating death on the battlefield. The only time I feel truly alive.
Seeing other people die makes you feel alive, huh? You love war and don't want it to stop? Is it the same with all great soldiers throughout history?
Why didn't you contact me?
My codec was broken.
Is that all?
Shouldn't you just be happy we met up like this? How did you recognize me in disguise?
I never forget a lady.
So there's something you like about me, huh?
The pacing of these conversations is
great butt.
Oh, I
difficult.
See. First it's my eyes, now it's my butt. What's next?
On the battlefield, you never think about what's next.
On the battlefield. And I think that's partly because it's paced to match
Snake,
Japanese conversation, and English conversation just doesn't map onto it.
No progress.
But the scripting is also awkward.
All up to you, huh?
Somebody's got to stop them from launching a nuclear missile.
There are two ways. Either we destroy Metal Gear, or...
we override the detonation code. You got the card keys from Baker?
Card keys? You mean this?
Where are the others? There should be 3 keys.
This is all I've got.
Where could the other 2 be?
I have no idea, but they must be somewhere. If we can't find them, we'll have no choice but to destroy Metal Gear.
Metal Gear is in an underground maintenance base to the north.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow me down. You don't have enough battle experience.
I won't slow you down, I promise.
And what if you do?
Then you can shoot me.
I don't like to waste bullets.
Got it. I'll be careful. You know, I don't use makeup the way other women do.
Oh, God. Right.
I hardly ever look at myself in the mirror. I've always despised that kind of woman.
I'm not like other
I
girls.
always dreamed of becoming a soldier. But I was wrong. It wasn't really my dream. My father. He was killed in action when I was younger.
You wanted to follow in your father's footsteps?
Not really. I thought that if I became a soldier, I could understand him better.
So are you a soldier yet?
I thought I was until today, but now I understand. The truth is, I was just afraid of looking at myself, afraid of having to make my own decisions in life. But I'm not gonna lie to myself anymore. It's time I took a long, hard look at myself. I want to know who I am, what I'm capable of. I want to know why I've lived the way I've lived until now. I want to know.
Take a good look. You won't get another chance for a while. You should wash your face, too, while you're at it.
Yeah.
This isn't a training exercise. Our lives are riding on this. There are no heroes or heroines. If you lose, you're worm food.
Yeah.
Is that FAMAS functional?
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory. It's a .50 caliber Action Express. There was a SOCOM pistol too, but I chose this.
Huh. So I got a leftover, huh? Isn't that gun a little big for a girl?
Snake,
Don't worry,
God
I
damn
can
it.
handle it.
Come on, use my 45.
Listen, I've used a gun like this since I was 8 years old. I'm more comfortable with it than I am with a bra.
Kojima writing women.
If we're gonna go to the north, we'll have to go through the commander's room on this floor. The overland route is blocked by glaciers. The door to the commander's room is security level 5. This card will open it. It was inside the pocket of the uniform I was wearing.
Looks like he must have been guarding someplace important.
Okay, let's go. I know this place better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me.
But yeah, this is sort of Kojima.
That's strange. There's no guard.
What happened to the music?
I'll keep a lookout. Make sure you're ready, okay?
Kojima trying to write women is, it's a thing. Let's just take the opportunity to go raiding. For ammo and stuff. Nikita missiles, FAMAS bullets, SOCOM bullets. Right. Now, there's a boss fight coming up that I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna manage. Come to think of it. Oh, diazepam, nice. Because it has some quirks, that make it troublesome. Finally got myself a cardboard box. And since I'm on an emulator... Alright, here's something you can do.
What? What is it?
Meryl's got arms, though. I've always appreciated that about her character model.
Come on, Snake. Don't stare at me like that.
It takes a while, but eventually she'll start to blush.
What are you doing? We've got to get a move on.
Right. So there's a boss fight coming up where one of the gimmicks is that if you plug your controller into the second port on the PlayStation and play that way, you can deal with him easier. But... I can't do that when I'm playing on an emulator, or at least it would be a bunch of trouble to try and get that to work. Fortunately, I'm not going to have to deal with it because we've gone about 3 hours, which means it's time to call the stream to a close. Ha! I can avoid the problem.
Good thing you hooked up with Meryl. You should have seen the Colonel. He doesn't like to let it show because he's the boss, but he was so happy he could barely contain himself.
I'm glad to hear that.
And I can do a little bit of investigation into how the easiest way is to do the upcoming fight on an emulator.
Talk to you later, Snake.
But thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be continuing Metal Gear Solid over on my second channel, to which there is a link down in the description, with more streams, hopefully frequently, but, you know, we'll see how that shakes out. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me and being in chat and making fun of me when I stepped on a mine. Especially, that was very funny. And for also reminding me of things in chat, that kind of helps me out a little bit. So yeah, as usual, like, comment, subscribe. That like button, it's actually kind of important because it makes the numbers do the thing, and then YouTube is like, oh, that channel gets to live another day. So that's good. So please do hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons. Also the bell icon, because it tracks that shit as well, because YouTube tracks everything. If you want to help the channel out more directly than that, then there's Patreon, there's a tip jar, there's a merchandise store. All of that, links down in the description. If you want to avail yourself of it, I'd be very grateful. And if not, that's completely okay. But I do try to say at the end of my streams and my videos and stuff that if you have content creators online whose work you enjoy, please consider supporting them directly with whatever you can. Like, literally just anything you can, because that $1 donation that doesn't feel like very much literally means the same as thousands of views on a video. So if there's online content creators whose work you enjoy, please consider supporting them directly with whatever you can, whenever you can, because it matters a lot more than you think. Finally, if you haven't enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the dislike button down below and be possessed by a gas mask wearing psychopath who's going to read all of your save games and roast the games that you love. Thank you very much for watching.